me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
I was taking a look. Oh, interesting. Let's go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
So they said that they put some of the features in here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Get well
No
someday.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
So this has been the... Oh, that's changed a little bit though. How's the game so far? Pretty cool. The
Stanley
bucket.
picked up the bucket.
I have no idea what the bucket's for yet, but we got it. It's one of the features. Oh, whoa, that was weird. What the hell did I just do? Oh, I walked up. Wait a minute. Can you use that to get on top of the desk? I don't know if there's a point. Well, what do I do up here? Okay, nothing too crazy yet.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Do we listen? Do we go left? I think I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna follow the first time. Again, if we have to restart, I'll go back to the right next time.
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Perhaps.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what
it's mine.
Broom. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay. I'll follow again this time. I'll follow and we'll see what happens on the next one. Take the bucket to the bathroom. Collectible!
Found one of them.
We found one!
Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried.
Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. It's so stupid. Okay, so last input received! We found it again.
At this point,
Can I fill the
Stanley
bucket with
was so
booze?
absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh my god. So you don't have to remember nothing. It just opens by itself. Collectible!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figures.
Mini stands.
Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerine. We're collecting Stanlerines. I like it. I dig it. Stanlerines for all. Me and my
The
bucket.
bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
That's right. It's a good little bucket.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up?
I've never tried
When I was
this.
pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing. Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
More 3. Must have more 3s. Threes. Must have more threes. All right, I don't think it's going to do anything else.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again? You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush.
I like that I'm not hitting 3 and he's just going on and on.
The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all. Only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another.
We're trying all kinds of stuff.
Ah, said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Got my bucket, we're good. An evening with world peace, baby. Tonight, live on stage. Stanley. Oh boy. World's first sentient machine. Here we go. To stage 3.
This was it.
427.
One last chance to win the bucket
427.
over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
So many 3s. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your co-workers. I thought they were gone. I went to the mind control facility and all I got was this lousy sticker. That's pretty good. I like it.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding.
Aww.
The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion
This is sad.
and pursuit. Only a silence.
Thank you for the host, Flash Raven.
The space between friends. And
did you just hear someone's phone go off?
Having for once in
Come
his
on,
life
respect the bucket.
The warmth and comfort
Respect
of
the
true
3.
Companionship was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Didn't even silence their phone. Absolutely no respect. Oh boy. A phone! Where? It's this one.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
You're welcome. Alright, so we're gonna get some cardboard boxes. Figure we can make like a fort or something. Bucket!
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
So when am I gonna get obliterated by a big pile of boxes? That's my question.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his... This was not the correct...
This time we're going right.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Nope, we'll move on.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Do we take the bucket this way this time? Yeah, let's take the bucket this way this time.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go
No.
to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh. Well, what is this? Oh, shit. Oh my god. I was like, am I stuck in that little tiny hole? Collectible!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies.
I think
Let me
Stan-
sit on it. I'm sure it will come to
I'm
me.
cool with Stan Lorraines. Stan Lorraines sounds pretty rad. Alright, if I go back... Ooh, what is that? What's in here? Oh. This game out yet? What do you mean? That's what this is. Cassettes! What do they say? Narrator dialogue. Oh my god. Look at how many there are. Look at how many there are. There's so many tapes.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels...
I was trying to get it without text on the screen.
The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer
Got it.
euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my
Had a breakdown.
arms.
You haven't seen any of this, Chingus?
Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can
252.
monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?